Yeah, not really.
Yours truly, Brevin Thompson, is back, this time to talk about John Wick Chapter 4, directed by Stahelski. So in this film, John Wick is out to seek revenge against the High Table, but in order to earn his freedom, he must challenge a high-ranking member of the High Table, played by Skarsgård, to a duel. And since this is a John Wick movie, and as you might expect, lots of people gonna die. The John Wick films have been some of the best action movies to have come out in nearly the past decade. I've enjoyed pretty much every single installment, and this is like one of the few action franchises with each installment continuously trying to top itself, very much like the Mission Impossible films. But when it comes to Chapter 4, I would go so far as to say it's my favorite of the John Wick movies. I would honestly have to watch it like a few more times to see, I mean, if it is my favorite. But I would go so far as to say that this is the best in the franchise, and by far the best film I've seen so far this year. Keanu Reeves is awesome, as he always is, as John Wick. I never once got bored of watching him play this character. And when it comes to the action, he's great in the action scenes, and even in the dialogue moments, he's pretty good. But in this entry, I think he has less lines of dialogue in this film. But this may be a minor nitpick, but that was like the one issue that I've had with Keanu's performance in this film. And of course, we've seen people that we've seen in the previous movies. We have Laurence Fishburne as the Bowery King, we have Ian McShane as Winston, and we get a little bit of Lance Reddick, rest in peace. But I like a large majority of the new characters that we get in this film, in particular Donnie Yen as Kane. And Donnie Yen is yet again playing another blind guy like he did in Rogue One. And despite that, I mean, of course, since he's a top-tier martial artist, he's pretty badass in this movie. I like Shamier Anderson as Mr. Nobody, who wants to kill John, but only if he's paid a significant amount of money. Plus, he has a dog. But the dog does not die, so if you were upset about the dog dying in the first movie, that does not happen, and neither does John's second dog, which he got at the end of the first movie, so that's technically a spoiler, but dogs don't die in this movie, so there you go. Bill Skarsgård plays the main villain of this film, the Marquis Vincent de Gramont, I think that's what his name is. And he is a slimy motherfucker for sure. And every moment that this character was on screen, I wanted nothing more than John to just shoot that motherfucker in the face. And I'm like, this is the kind of character that you love to hate. And I like that they get Bill Skarsgård really good villain roles because, I mean, he's pretty much excelled at that ever since playing Pennywise. You have Hiroyuki Sanada in the film, who is great, and he's a treat to watch in any movie that he's in. And I was really impressed with Scott Adkins, and having him in a fat suit and having a German accent in this film, I mean, he was pretty good in this movie. And he has a pretty good fight scene with John in this nightclub. And despite being in a fat suit, I like that they show that Scott Adkins is a pretty good martial artist. And in fact, I mean, I like that they have like several stars who are highly trained martial artists. And I already mentioned like Hiroyuki Sanada and of course Donnie Yen, who are badass. And Keanu Reeves, of course, is pretty fucking badass. And the action sequences are entertaining. They're very well choreographed. Very well shot. There was three that like stood out for me. There was like the one in the Osaka Continental with Keanu Reeves like using the nunchucks and just mowing motherfuckers down left and right, because that's what John Wick does best, as you might expect. And there's the nightclub scene with John Wick going after Scott Adkins' character, and of course this 30-something minute long action sequence in Paris. And especially, there was like a few like moments where I was just like, oh my god, throughout like some majority of the action. There was this like one overhead shot which I really liked, and it was this scene with John Wick like using this gun loaded with incendiary bullets, and it kind of looked like something out of a video game. And of course, that scene near the end of the movie with John going up against a bunch of guys going up this staircase, and the falls and everything, it just looks so fucking painful. Just, I mean, when it comes to like the stunt people in this movie, I mean, you just gotta give them a round of applause because, I mean, all of that, I mean, just to like make an entertaining movie, I mean, they put a lot of work and effort into that. And despite all that, I'm like, that's some painful looking shit. So if you're a fan of action movies, this will probably entertain you from start to finish. Never once was I bored with the movie, and I would say that John Wick 4 is by far the best film I've seen so far this year. It entertained me from start to finish. There's just so much to love about the movie. I mean, the performances, the action sequences, the cinematography. Never once was I like, okay, that's pretty cool, I guess. I was like, wow, this was fucking awesome. I'm like, yes, I am satisfied with this movie. And I'm just like, so grateful for a theater experiences such as that gives me that kind of like reaction. So yes, I'm like, I am definitely satisfied with John Wick 4, and it kind of serves as an epic, jaw-dropping finale for this franchise. So I'm gonna give John Wick Chapter 4 an A+. Hallelujah. 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 So what did you think of the film? Let me know in the comments below. And guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Looking forward to doing more videos really soon. And if you want my thoughts on old or new films, of course, you know where to find me.